Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be my updated base routine. I have been changing a lot of things in my makeup routine recently, and I've been loving some products that I've been testing out and also some new techniques that just have really been working out for my skin and my skin type. So definitely subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this type of content. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And with that said, grab your cafecito and let's get right into it. Okay, and just so we're on the same page, I have oily skin, but right now my skin has been going through a really dry phase where it almost feels like dehydrated. So I've been trying to do a bunch of things to help my skin, and it's just like not wanting to, so I'm just letting it do its thing. I'm going to share with you guys some products that I've been loving for the past like month or so. CoverGirl sent over their entire new skincare line, and oh my goodness, you guys, these are drugstore, they're affordable, and they're actually really amazing. So they came out with 3 moisturizers, which is perfect for almost every skin type. The mattifying oil-free moisturizer, this one is my absolute favorite because obviously I am oily skin, and even though I am dry right now, I still really enjoy this one. Let me show it to you guys so you can see it. So when you open it, it has like this really beautiful gel-like consistency, and it melts into the skin. And the best thing is that it actually mattifies the skin. Like you can see it go instantly mattified. And then they also have the dry skin corrector cream, which is the yellow tub. I'm not sure how much these are retailing for, but I have seen a few people that have located them at Walmart, so I highly recommend these. These are so incredibly affordable. And then they have the weightless water cream. This is the one that I use when my skin is just feeling super dry, or if I'm gonna go to sleep, I just want something like lightweight on the skin. This one's been my favorite. They also have a face wash, which I don't have with me. It's downstairs in my bathroom, but the priming glow mist, it also offers 8 hours of hydration, and I just really like it. It has really good ingredients: rose water, vitamin C, cactus water, and this one is for all skin types. So this is not sponsored by CoverGirl, but they did send these to me, and I just wanted to share them with you guys because I genuinely like them. So always moisturize the skin. It is super important. Even if you are oily, it's so important to moisturize, because if you don't, what's going to happen? Your skin is going to be like, we don't have moisture on our skin, so it's going to produce even more oil, and bam, next thing you know, you can fry chicken on your face. Jumping straight into the primer, I have tons of primers that I always like switch back and forth with, but if there's one primer that I'm like, okay, that's my go-to if I'm ever going to go out somewhere, I know what primer I'm going to take, it has to be the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. They also have a regular one, and then they have a luminous one. The matte one just works for me because, hello, I am oily, and this is a more matte-friendly foundation base routine, but obviously you guys can tweak it to your own liking and to your skin type. So I'm just going to apply that all over the skin. This is a little bit like hard to work in, but once you get it in, it's magic, seriously. Once I have my primer applied, I'm going to go in and color correct. You can skip out on this step, but for me, I need it. I actually haven't been getting much sleep. I always tell you guys I don't sleep. It's really the truth. Like, I barely sleep, and it's because, hold on, I forgot to get my sponge wet. Anyways, I was saying, you guys, that I haven't been getting much sleep on top of the sleep that I don't already get. I've mentioned before that I've suffered from insomnia, and I don't have insomnia anymore. It really comes and goes. It's weird. Maybe I don't even have insomnia. I'm just crazy. But I've been having the worst neck and back pain, and I've actually even been going to a chiropractor because it's been just really getting in the way of my life and my productivity. Is that a word? So I decided to finally go to a chiropractor, and it's been helping me a lot. I've been able to sleep a little bit better, but I still have a few treatments to go. So that's why we are having to color correct. So now we're going to go into foundation. Obviously, use whatever foundation works for you. I have so many foundations that I love, but right now I'm just really stuck on the Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation. It's just beautiful. There's something about the Too Faced Born This Way foundation line that just really works with my skin type, and I love it so much. So I usually take about two pumps, and I do use a sponge for this. This one is the new e.l.f. Cookies and Dreams sponge. I've been so obsessed with it, and I just pounce that all over the skin. I forget how soft sponges can be on the skin. I love applying my base with a brush because I feel like it does offer a little more full coverage, but I love this. If you guys are wondering what shade I am warm beige. So since this is a little bit darker, just like a tiny bit, it's not like a perfect match, I do just bring it down and then blend it down a tiny bit. And then I really concentrate around the nose area because I have like hormonal redness. It's normal, like we all have it. But since I'm wanting to create a flawless, full coverage look, I just go in there and just really hide the redness. I'm gonna jump straight onto concealer. Again, use whatever concealer you have and you love. This is the Tarte Shape Tape in medium sand. I just recently bought this and I've just been obsessed with it again. So I'm gonna take some to the tip of my nose since I tend to contour. I'm gonna bring some right here, here, and then I've been applying my concealer here and here to really like lift me up, and then to the center of the forehead, and then the chin. Since I do have more of a rounded face, I want these features to stand out. My favorite bronzer right now has been the Rare Beauty in the shade Always Sunny. It's such a good contour stick. I really, really like it. So I'm gonna take it to the cheekbones, just about right here. Doing the same thing to this side. And then contouring the forehead. Since I have hair on my forehead, I'm not really going to bring it up. And then I'm going to contour the nose. Just on the bottom, because since this is pretty creamy, it's all going to blend all the way to the top. And then we're going to move on to the blush. The blush, I always change it depending on my taste that day, what color I want to use. But you guys know, if you watch my channel, that I love coral peach blushes. So I'm going to use the shade Peach, or Peas, not Peach. And then I'm going to apply some right here. I'm going to take some right here, here, and then to the top of the forehead. And I know I look crazy, but trust the process. Then we're going to take our sponge and I'm going to blend the concealer here. I'm going to blend the bronzer underneath the lip. And then I just have a little rag and I kind of like clean it off so I don't really mix all the colors. And then I'm going to go in with my bronzer and my blush at the same time. And I'm just tapping it. It's super important to tap it into the skin and not swipe so you don't disrupt the foundation underneath. And then I'm just going to move on to the forehead. If you do have more of a round face, I do suggest to round off the face by applying your forehead or your bronzer right here, just like on the temples, and then bringing it down. And then I'm going to blend out the blush that I applied on the center. I'm going to blend out the concealer. Oh my gosh, this concealer is like setting on me. No! Okay. We can fix that. And then again, just blending out the contour with the blush. Once I cleaned off my sponge, I'm going to go in and blend that concealer. And once I start blending, I'm bringing this up so it gives me that lifted appearance. We want to snatch the face. We want to look youthful. Honey, I am turning 32. Oh my goodness, 32. Can you guys believe that? So I'm definitely holding on to my youth as much as I can. And I'm going to look snatched and lifted. Now for the nose contour, I do switch brushes. This one is the 726 Japanese brush. You can find this at TJ Maxx. And I'm just going to bring the contour up. And the blush, I'm going to blend it right on the center and like bring it down to the sides. The last cream product that I'm going to apply is a little bit of highlights. This one has been my new favorite. It's the Fenty Beauty Hustler Baby 2.0 highlighter, and it's so pretty. And I just apply it to the highest points of the cheeks, and then I take it to the, like, on top of the tail of the brows, and then I just blend it with the little butt of the blender, the beauty blender. And as you can see, it just kind of adds a little oomph. So now we're going to set the entire skin. Again, use whatever powder you have. I switch back and forth between many powders, but the one that I'm stuck with right now is the Rare Beauty Light Medium powder. So what I like to do is I like to apply a little bit to the little lid, and then I do use a brush that it's being sold with, and I'm just going to generously take it onto the brush, but then I tap off the excess. So it's almost like it doesn't have really anything, if you guys can see. And then I'm just going to set the skin. I do go underneath the eyes and lightly set them because we're going to bake in just 1 minute. So now that we've set the skin with the powder, we want to go in and almost set the cream products that we just laid down. So again, use whatever you guys have, but I'm going to use my Lunar Beauty palette. I've just really been into this palette. Like, it's so good, and it does offer an array of shades from like lighter to deeper. I need a brush. I like to mix the shade bronze sky and tan sky, and I just kind of like go back and forth in between them, and then I will tap it into the cheeks, and then again tap it in. I do use a bigger brush just to kind of like help me speed up the process, and then again just to the areas where you bronzed up and applied your blush, that's where you want to go back. Now for my blush, this palette, oh my goodness, I just cannot put it down, you guys. The e.l.f. Cosmetics blush palette is amazing and worth every single penny. I've been using Sonrisa and Milagritos, and both of them are so pretty. Conmigo is really pretty as well. I haven't tried this one, but since we did use more of a coral cream blush, I'm going to mix them both. And then just tap off the excess. And then I smile and I bring some to the apples of the cheeks. It just depends on the look that you want to go, but then I also bring it up. I'm also going to go in now and apply my highlighter. So you pretty much want to go in and apply all your powders and highlight the skin, bronze the skin, blush up the skin, whatever you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and apply some sort of mist onto the skin, whatever you have. I'm just going to use this one by CoverGirl. It is a priming glow mist, so it's really going to like melt all the powders, and the skin is going to look so good. You also want to make sure that you pretty much saturate your skin, not to the point where it's dripping, but where it's wet like this, and then we're going to let it dry. See, the skin is looking nice and like dewy, which I wish I could get away with this, but I can't. I'm way too oily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a baking powder. This one is by Makeup Forever in the shade Banana. I'm going to dump some onto the lid, and then I'm going to take some onto a sponge like this. And then I'm going to tap off the excess. And then I'm going to go right underneath the eyes. And onto the sides of the nose. And then whatever's left on here, I'm going to take that underneath the cheeks. And then I'm also going to apply some to the top of the brows, just because I do get oily right here and I do not want to get too shiny. I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to push that onto the skin. And then I'm going to take a brush and push it into the skin just so it really sets. And this is where your skin is just going to come to life, and it's going to look so soft. Look at that. And look at the difference. Look at how smooth my skin looks. It looks like I have a filter on. Look at my pores. They look so tight. The skin looks smooth. It looks flawless. Now the very last step that I like to do is to really just snatch and lift everything. So one more time, I'm going to go back into my Lunar Beauty palette, and I'm going to mix a little bit of Yellow Sky and Bright Sky. And I use this little brush from Morphe and Ariel. And then sometimes I'll even tap a little bit into White Sky. and then I'll go directly underneath the eyes, and right here I will just take it and then lift, and then just bring whatever's left, bring it to the sides of the nose. This really helps with contouring and just snatching your nose. And then I will go in there and kind of like blend whatever's left. Do you guys see a difference? This eye looks way brighter. I start at the outer corner because that's where I want to concentrate most of the product. And now the skin, the eyes look so much brighter. They look wide awake. Now for the last step, if I'm gonna go out and I really want my makeup to look like this pretty much the entire time that I'm out, I want to make sure that I set it really, really good. So what I'm gonna do as my last step is 2 sets with the Urban Decay All Nighter. This one is just a holy grail for me. Like, I have so many other setting sprays that work pretty well, but I feel like nothing beats this one. If there's something that you guys think is better than this, let me know. But honestly, I've tried a lot and I always come back to this one. And this is my updated base routine. I know it's a little extra. I know she's a little full coverage. She's definitely matte. She's poreless. It looks like I have a filter on my skin, and I don't use any filters on my cameras, you guys. Like, let me show you, okay? That is what the skin looks, and this is a high quality camera, so I mean, you know, it's skin. You can still see a little bit of the pores, but honey. But that is it, you guys. This is my updated full face, matte, and full coverage face routine 2022. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely let me know what you guys want to see in the next videos. I have a little bit more of lifestyle content coming up, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!